Now, yep, Marikoku, just doing a quick VOD review of the Genji gameplay. Now I'm recording. So what we're going to be looking at is we're going to be looking at your positioning, your use of dash, your use of your cooldowns as a whole, and your communication of your team. So these are the things we're going to be looking at primarily, but I'll point it out as I go. So let's start.
Thanks.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I'm going to go for the basketball shot. Oh, and he barely misses it. That feels bad. Alright, so let's get started. So, pushing up. Yeah, what are we doing here?
Let's take the fight right here.
No.
Soldier no rockets.
Okay. So we're going to deflect the top thing. That's good. This is good stuff. Dash wasn't really needed there. You're already within your team's safety. So that's a bit of a waste of time.
Fire.
There is out of position. That's good.
I'm dead.
I'm actually turn this down. This is really loud.
Low, by the way.
There we go. Okay, we're gonna go on switch pick. That's really well done. Now we go on the Moira.
More one.
You might have actually been able to kill her if you had dashed into her feet and then meleeed her. If you do that, you go from a 50 damage nuke to an 80. That Moira looked pretty low. If she still wasn't dead, maybe for another shuriken out there, she would have definitely died then. So that's a nitpick. That's more a nitpick than anything. Just remember that with Genji, you're trying to maximize your damage output. So after a dash, if you're next to somebody, try and go for dash melees and then shurikens to try and finish off low HP targets, rather than just relying on the dash alone. Let's keep going. Oh, reflected healing warp. Nice, getting that healing stat. Good stuff.
Yeah, good job. Really good job.
Yep. Good comms from you. Good job. Positivity. Good stuff.
Have my ult.
Okay, so you're communicating to your team in your vault.
Fire above us.
Yep, these are good comms. You're telling your team what's going on. This is really good. So at the moment, we're just kind of chipping into them. I would maybe say you don't really need to chip damage them because like you have your ultimate. You should be trying to look for kills. So, but we're gonna pull back here. Lucio has gone down. Winston's jumped on you. You're just kind of pulling. So here's the thing, right? You've pulled back to save yourself from the Winston, but your team is fighting on point, and you have ultimate. So by pulling back, you've kind of forsaken the team. You've already said we've lost the fight. Let's pull back. When in reality, like I think you're 2 for 1 at the moment. Like you only lost Lucio. They were down on Mercy. Let's actually go back and check this. So we're about here. So Diva dives you. Yeah, Pharah's dead. Their Pharah's down. You've lost your Lucio, but they're about to lose their Mercy. Yeah, and your team is trancing. So your team is pop trance. They're down on Far Mercy, but you've pulled back. So by you pulling back, you've essentially just made this a 4v4, except you also have ultimate, and you could have kept yourself alive with the Transcendence. So instead of trying to pull back, I would recommend you actually pull forward, ultimate, and then take out the rest of the squishy backlines that were left. So there was probably like the Moira, who is, I think, you probably can force out Fade and then alter, and I think there was Soldier. You could have altered them, but instead you've pulled back. You've now essentially just wasted your time, and now there's nothing going to be come from this.
Coming.
So your team's still winning the fight without you. Diva's somehow managed to get 2 kills with her Boggett, so that's good for her. Yeah, and your team has won the fight. And, you know, you didn't need to pull back. You could have helped them. This could have been a lot cleaner. Maybe you didn't need to blade it, but you could have helped them instead of pulling back. You essentially made it a 4v4 instead of a 5v4, and that could have ended badly. It didn't, but it could have. And these are things that you need to think about. So that's good. So that's good on your Diva's part.
Yeah,
but you need to like, you don't always need to pull back. Like remember, you're Genji. You need healing, but you don't need that much healing. Diva's dead now. That's good. That's a good grab. This should be an easy kill. This is easy. Oh. So who do we go for?
Well,
That feels bad. So we're gonna talk about that blade usage. So went for the Soldier in the Graviton. He died before and then you went to go the slash on the Diva, but he got killed with Lucio. And now you've run out of blade targets. So what I actually would have done, right? If we actually go back here, I think the more economical play to make. We go back.
You ready?
yeah, I'm ready.
So you know Zarya is going to ult. You know what's going to happen. She's probably going to do it when she kills the Diva mech suit. What you could have done is, instead of waiting for the Graviton, right? Because you know she's gonna do it. Kill the mech suit, blade now, slash dash the Diva. By slash dashing the Diva, that's 170 damage. Diva Gremlin, Diva Pilot only has 150 HP. She dies instantly. No Diva left. You now have the dash reset, right? Then, when she lands his Grav on the Soldier and the Moira, you use your dash reset, get to the Soldier, slash him in half, right? That's another dash reset. Now you have options. Now you have things to work with. So you could have gone for the Mercy in the Sky if she was half HP. You could have gone for the other tank if she was low HP. You could have gone for Moira after she faded. So instead of doing this, right? Because those two in the ground are gonna die. Like, everyone's focusing them, they're dead. You didn't need to blade that. Like I honestly think, like, if there's only two people in the blade, you could have just killed them all using your shurikens and your dash. And instead, now blade is now really inefficient. Baby Diva is already dead because Lucio just soloed her, and now your blade is just wasted for 3 seconds. So you gotta be thinking about what can I do with my blade? You want to make the most out of your blade because it only lasts 6 seconds, and you are usually quite vulnerable when you're blading because you have to be within melee range. So these are things to think about. So yep, you go Whelp. You don't have dash, can't do anything. Pharaoh Mercy's in the sky. You still win this fight regardless, so you are still gonna push him back. But it's just about these little things, you know, about the efficiency of your ultimate. You want to make the most out of your Dragon Blade if possible. Trying to securing 2 kills with a Dragon Blade is already good enough. With the scenario I said above, if all you could get was the Diva Gremlin and the Soldier, that's good enough, you know? But at least you gave yourself the option. You gave yourself the option to try and clean out as many as possible with Blade, rather than what you did with the way you did it. You didn't need to Blade. Like, you could have just done it with shurikens and dash. Like, you didn't need to pull out your ult for that. So now you don't have it for the next team fight. So they're probably gonna blow all their ultimates next team fight, and you probably are going to lose it because I don't. Yeah. Trace is dead already. Yep, you dash towards your Soldier's ulting. Lucio's counter ulted. They try and stall at the 99.
Soldier 1.
Soldier is dead. That's good. So what are we doing here? So what's happening here? So you're staying on point. You're staying in cover. You're trying to survive against this onslaught of ultimates. Is that the best place to be? Maybe. Maybe since you know the Soldier ult is dead, what we could have done is... Oh, Mercy's Vulcan though. Okay, and actually no. I think what you did was probably the best case scenario. Because, Mercy's Vulcan, Moira's gonna ult, Soldier's already dead, Fair's in the sky. I think that was probably your best bet here. I think, however, if we go back just a tad, let's rewatch this.
Soldier 1. Soldier dead.
Okay, so here, right? Justice. You hear Pharaoh's ultimate go off, right? Instead of dashing through what you've done here, what you probably could have done is rotated over to the Pharaoh and reflected barrage back into her. Just secure an extra pick. So that's an option to think about. So what happens now when we've done this? Now we're in the middle of nowhere. Lucio's dead. We have no dash. We still have deflect, so we can use that. But we're not really achieving anything, right? We're not achieving anything. You dash through 2 tanks that we're not going to be able to kill and reset off of. And we're not doing anything here. So, again, we want to try and find ways to maximize the use of our abilities. Instead of dashing through like that, we could have deflected the Spare's rockets or dashed up to her, because she's stationary while she's in the air. If she's not looking at you when she's ulting and you can't deflect it, that's okay. Just fire 3 shurikens up and then dash her. Like, that would have gotten you the pick on the Pharaoh, and that would have been more effective than what you're doing right now. So, let's hear it. Yep, now we're in a small enclosed room with a Soldier. 1v2, you're trying to deflect them off, and you're pulling back. But there's not really much doing left here, right? We're not really making the use of our abilities. So now we just have to wait.
Yeah, I'm behind him.
Yeah, now we just have to wait for our team to push in so we can flank them. This is a good position for you to flank from. Because now, right, you can go from behind and maybe kill the Soldier or the Mercy. So we'll see what happens. Tracer is also here for some reason.
Okay, both CPS is behind enemy lines. Let's go in.
Sorry, just waiting.
Now?
So now what? Who we go for? Soldier's already dead. Good. Who we go for next? Got the lucky headshot. Happens. Don't worry about it. Not your fault. Now we're going for Mercy. We need to go for Mercy, right? We need to be killing Mercy here. Nice. She's dead. Okay. Shuriken misses for a couple times. A bit weird. That's whatever. Orisa dead. Nice. Go for Winston now. Nice. Rotate on the Mercy. Moira, sorry. Nice. Good stuff. That was good. What you did there? Amazing stuff. Clinical gameplay. Let's watch it again. That was amazing. Let's watch that. For 20. Okay.
Okay, both CPS is behind enemy lines. Let's go in. Now? On point.
Yeah,
on
go.
point, on
Right.
point.
Soldier discorded.
Soldier's dead. You go for Farah. You didn't know you were gonna kill it in one shot. That's fair. You go for Mercy now. Probably could have landed a couple more shurikens here. That's okay. You still go for her? Right, but now we're gonna go for the Orisa. Orisa's dead. Nice. Now we're gonna rotate on the Winston because you focus. Nice. Now we go for Mora because she has no fade. Mora dead. Nice. You win this fight. That was good. That was a good use of your abilities. We utilize the dash resets in order to clean up the enemy team. That is what dash is meant to do. That was clean. Very clean. Very good. You probably could have probably been a little bit more accurate with the shurikens on the Mercy. But other than that, that went about as well as you could have. So that was really well done. That was good stuff. Oh, he lands it. He lands it. What a boss. Alright, so now we're in round 2. Judging by the length of this VOD, there's going to be a round 3. So we're going to see what happens here. So we might see the mistakes that happened in the first round get caught up in the second round. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Excuse me. So we just dash up.
Speed boosting.
Lucia takes a while to speed boost for some reason. That's okay.
Genji discorded.
Alright, so what do we do here? We're trying to go for chip damage. Oh, okay, so
Genji behind.
there's a Genji behind you. Can you try and focus him? Ooh, is that dashable? You gotta kill him. Nice, good pick. I probably would have opted to go, because you know he's Discord Orb, so dash does 75 damage. You might have been able to kill him with just dash alone. But that's okay, that's fine. Reflecting into him is also good. Kill Mercy is feeding now, just dash. Yeah, nice, okay, nice. You can also just shuriken on that place too. Nice work. So that's good. I don't really think you could have done anything better there. I think what you did was probably the right call. You don't have a lot of long-range healing that can pierce shields. So I think what you did there, going for the safe play, playing back, waiting for the enemy to overextend and then capitalizing off that, was probably the best play. Or just waiting for the opportunity rather than trying to force it was probably your best play because you had the speed boost. So that was probably the best play you could have made. That's really good. So now we're just chip damage, try and get some ult charge. Build our blade. They've lost a player. No, you've lost a player. Uh-oh. Okay.
Oh no.
So,
Right, I think it's
what to do in a 5v6? In a 5v6, all you really need to do is play super defensive and wait for the enemy team to overextend because it's a 5v6 and they get cocky, turn into a 5v5 of a pick, and then you have a chance. But this is just 5v5 knowledge, not Genji knowledge. So, I'll stick to Genji for now.
We'll be back. Hopefully.
We're gonna reflect the Mora to try and build a more charge, that's good.
We can still do this, but
So Genji in a backline with no dash. Yeah, now he's on cooldowns.
Go back. McCree to the
back.
right.
So here's the thing, right? You have said get back, but the rest of your team hasn't gotten back. And honestly, I don't think you should have gotten back. I think Genji was an easy kill. He has just used dash. It hasn't reset, so he is now no dash in the middle of your line. Instead of saying get back, you could have focus fired him with your shurikens, forced out the deflect. Then he has no cooldowns, and then you can use your cooldowns to kill him. So I think instead of playing, you're a little bit too safe on the Genji, right? Like, safe Genji play is how you start, but the more you play Genji, the more you have to start thinking, how can I capitalize and be aggressive? That Genji, I think, could have been a very easy kill if you had gone for it rather than playing back. Because your Lucio was with you, you could have killed him. But that's okay. No harm, no foul. So what happens now? Your Lucio is now dead, so you have no healing, because I think your Zenny is the one who DC'd. He's back though, so that's good. You are dead here, you ran out of cooldowns. So, in that case, your Lucio is dead, your Zenny is DC'd, you're out of cooldowns, you shouldn't have walked up to that doorway. So we go back again.
okay, guys, go on your list at the moment.
Yep, okay, so we go for the small med kit, so make sure we don't stay alive. Why are we out here, right? Why do we go out there? We don't have any cooldowns. If we get focus fired, we're dead. There's no supports. We should just leave. We should back up. So, instead, you've opted to walk forward into the fight with no cooldowns. Winston just jumps on you and kills you. You should have just gone back immediately. You should have just fallen back and waited for your team to reset. But now you've staggered yourself a little bit more. So, I understand why you did that. You want to try and get ult charge if you can. Maybe stall it for a couple of extra seconds. But you should remember to focus on staying alive and being with your team when you can. So we have Blade, so that's good.
Come on, Blade.
Yep, and you've communicated to your team that you have Blades, so that's good. Your Diva has no mech suit. That's a bit. You might have to wait for your Diva to get mech suit before you initiate. That's what I would recommend.
I have my Blade.
Let's just wait.
Yep. So here. Okay. So I would say work on landing your shurikens. I'm noticing in this game that you're missing a lot of shurikens and core targets. Practice your landing your shurikens. So don't go into training lobby. There's a thing going around where you can practice your aim on bots. Don't do that. Just play games. Just practice your mechanical aim. Just maybe lower your sense if it's a little bit too high. If you think it's too high, you're missing too many shurikens. Oh, but don't lower it too much because Genji needs a little bit higher than average sense to play properly. But yeah, try and work on landing shurikens. You're missing a lot of shurikens right now. I'd recommend trying to work on that.
Don't, wait.
Yeah, go back. Get out.
Oops, sorry about that. I will answer that in a second.
Oh, we have to go around because it's fucking Orisa's holding everyone behind
Yeah.
shield. So we go in the room.
So that's good. You didn't ult that. A lot of Genjis I know would have panic ulted that to try and counter it and probably just feed. So you didn't ult that. That's good. You maintained your cool. Now they're missing Genji ult and Gamora ult. So that's good. So now you have ult to work with again.
Go from
This
the
is
right,
good.
from the right. Wait, group up.
Yeah, okay, let's group up right here.
Just group up. Diva's gonna have mixed suit again, so that's good. We're just gonna try and
Go from
ship
the
damage, I
Okay,
guess.
let's go to right side, right side.
It's not really much point.
Speed.
You, like if you like you don't like if you throw shurikens out like that, what are you achieving? You already have ultimate, and the chance of you getting a pick with just spam fire is very small for Genji. So all you're doing is just feeding the enemy more ult charge. You don't need to be doing that. You can just wait. You can just sit in the sidelines, wait for your team to group up, and then kill everyone with your blade and your shurikens rather than just trying to chip damage. You already have ultimate. You don't need to be feeding the support ult charge if you already have ult. If you didn't have ult, then that's fair, right? Then you were trying to build your blade a little bit more. That's fine. But if you already have your ultimate, then all you're doing is just giving supports charge for no reason. Because you're not going to be able to get a kill from that far away, like with just shurikens. So the chance of that happening is very, very low. But the chance of you feeding ult charge is certain if you keep doing that. So that's something else to think about as well.
Get this monkey.
Yep, so now it's happening. Ooh, good grab. I'm gonna try and ult this. Nice setup. This is easy cleanup now.
Nice.
Looking at it. New dash target, going for the Genji. Nice.
Bit of power.
Cut. Clean. Nothing to comment, really. Zarya Graviton, you did a really good job. Well, Winston killed himself to try and... I mean,
High defense.
to be fair, that was the right play. You may as well not feed ult charge as a Winston when your team's dead. But that's just... I don't think he intended for that. He kind of just jumped in and died. But, yeah, that was a good blade by you. Zarya got a good Graviton, you capitalized. That's, like, clean, cut and clean. Very well done. Good stuff. You killed... And you got the Genji as well. That's good. Good stuff. That was a good ult. So now we're just gonna rebuild ult again. Deflecting when your D walks in front of you, not optimal, but I doubt that's your fault. Now we're just building on charge. Good headshots. You've gotten like 15 headshots somehow. Well done. Genji in the back. Alright, you can kill Genji now? He has no dash. You can focus him. Yeah. So like you could have killed him. Alright, sorry. That came with a lot more toxins than I intended, so sorry about that. Let me rephrase. He has no dash. He only has deflect. Your Lucio is with you, as is your Zenyatta. You know they're down they're down their Orisa for some reason because you landed like 15 headshots on her. Like, you might have been able to kill him. If you had gone for the dash melee, you could have killed him. He was disco orbed. That might have been a kill. Because 75 plus 45 damage, just like over 100 damage, that's already half his health. That might have been a kill if you committed to that, and then you could have gotten the dash reset. But again, like, you need to be thinking about... Safe Genji play is how you start how to learn Genji, but you need to be starting to push yourself, like, how can I play more aggressively? What can I do to get more out of my character? Because a safe Genji is inefficient, but works. You want to be more and more efficient, because the more efficient Genjis will beat you in the long run. You need to try and push yourself, push your character. How can I maximize my use of the dash reset to get picks? So Genji jumped in again. He's bladed. He's 1 HP. Just dash him. Nice, nice, good stuff. And he moves your ult as well. That Genji made a really dumb play. So that's a indication of too aggressive, right? I'm Seagull and I can 1v6 Genji syndrome, right? Don't want to be doing that. That's really bad. You saw what happened, right? He'd like dropped to 10 health, ulted, and then died immediately, right? And even if you didn't kill him, they Lucio ulted, so he wasn't gonna get anything from it, and he was just gonna die anyways. So now his team is in the 5v6. So sub 5v5 because he's ready to die, but it's a 5v5, and his ult is inefficient. So that is a sign. That is a too aggressive Genji. But you're on the other end of the spectrum where you are playing a little bit too safe. And whilst you're not feeding, you aren't getting everything out of your hero. You can squeeze a little bit more out of the hero, I think. You're playing well, but there is other things you need to be thinking about when you're playing Genji. So let's see how this goes. So we're trying to go on the McCree now. We've dashed. Ooh, yeah, Blade. You're trying to go for the Blade play. So we're going to go for Mercy first. Nice. Okay, unfortunate. Okay. So what could we have done here? So we know McCree is there because the Mercy was there standing next to McCree. So if we go back to the 848 mark.
Almost have my blade.
Okay. So yeah, so we know McCree is there. We dash through them all to get to a safer location, I guess. Okay. We know McCree is there. We know McCree is next to the Mercy. So what we can do is we can dash to the Mercy because she's going to die with this dash reset because she's on low health. And then immediately after the dash, deflect. Because McCree's will panic when they see a Genji running up to you, running up to them, and flashbang, right? And the instinct is going to try and flashbang. If you had dash through the Mercy and then put deflect up where you think the McCree is probably going to be, right? Rather than trying to go for this slash on a Mercy that you already know is dead because she was on like 50 HP because you saw her health bar, you could have flashbanged him and then survived. Because then you could have started killing him. Maybe even use the dash reset you got from the Mercy to get out of there because the Moira beam was on you. But instead you get flashbanged and then just like focus fired and dead. So again, you need to think about like how you gotta think about the enemy's position, right? You did get the Mercy, that's good, but we could have gotten more if we had thought about where the enemy team is and what is the loose condition of our ultimate. What are the conditions the enemy team has that can cancel our ultimate? In that case, it was flashbang. So how do we deal with that? You reflect it back into the McCree. So that's something you can think about when you're trying to ult as a Genji.
I'm dead.
Yep, so let's watch this again. Mercy's on 1 HP, dead. Yep, and he just flashbangs you. And he gets a headshot off.
I don't have my blade anymore.
So, that could have, you could have, that had potential. That had potential, you just needed to account for the McCree. That's all.
Okay, healing up. 12 seconds until we this. Let's slow push in.
So Genji's now on your backlines again. There's no cooldowns. Never mind, he had dash reset from Denny. Never mind. Bad call by me.
You got no healers, let's back up.
Your team is now being focus fired. Yep, so, okay.
McCree one.
Yep, so this is bad. You've been staggered. You try and go for the McCree pick. Doesn't work out because you missed the shuriken. That's just unfortunate. That's just mechanical aim. That's just something that comes with time. So I think the play. Ooh, nice. The play was good. Just the mechanics needed work. That's okay. Mechanics comes with time. You don't need to worry too much about mechanical aim, other than just practice it every day. Just make sure you try and practice it, not by playing against bots, but by playing against real players and just developing it over time. So let's keep going. You get the pick from the McCree, that's good. But your Lucio's dead. Your Zenny's soon to follow. You have no healing. Mercy's rezzing. This is over. D.Va's gonna try and ult. Doesn't work. You have no ultimate. You're stalling for time. But Genji's found you. You're on 80 health. Yeah, this is over. Oh, wait, maybe not. You have the Graviton. You gonna go for the med kit? Nah, I think at this point you're just staggering yourselves. Yep. It was a good grab, but it was a good effort. Good effort by your team.
What the fuck? I'm on the point.
Alright, even if you were on the point, you would kill you.
It's alright. It was a good effort by your team. I think the DC kind of messed up your tempo, so that's not too bad.
Disconnect there.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's okay. We can still win this.
Yep, you're trying to assure your team. Yep, we can still win this. It's okay, guys. Zenny has knocked over your basketball. Instantly reported. DDoS the man. Nah, don't do that. But yeah, that's okay. So that's good. Good mentality to have. We can still win this. It's alright, team. Just chill out. It's all good. That's good. So yep, round 3. Wanna keep going. If I remember correct, actually I won't say how this outcome went. Just but I'll just keep going. So what's happening here? So we're gonna let our tanks go first. Good call. Good call. You have a Winston. He can go in first so you don't have to face tank everything. So now we're just ult charge. Now I'm just trying to build ult charge, find the opportunity. Over here, I'm not too sure why we're standing here trying to shoot between Orisa's legs. I I know why you're doing it. You're staying in cover, trying to not risk your life. But you don't exactly see a lot here. There isn't exactly a lot you can shoot at from here. So instead of trying to like shoot between Narissa's legs, you can like be standing up here, playing within cover and shooting shurikens with more options, right? You're giving yourself more options to shoot at rather than this really tiny line of sight you've given yourself by trying to shoot at a Narissa shield. So that's just something to think about. More like think about the options, right? You need to be looking at how many options you can make with your plays. Again, squeezing as much as you can out of your potential. Winston's already dead. You probably might have been able to help him there, but I think you just overextended. That's not your fault. You need to pull back.
Shit, I'm dead.
That's okay. Tracer somehow killed herself, so that's unfortunate. That's okay. So we're gonna reset. Wanna try this again?
We need to dive together, that's what we need to do, wait.
Yeah, group up.
Everyone here?
Okay, we're gonna try and deflect the ball. I'm not sure that worked or not. Okay, we dashed. Alright, so here's the thing, right? We've dashed in, but it hasn't hit anybody. Now, if I let's look at that again, because I'm not sure if that was the good play or not. So let's just have a look at this again. So, so you dashed forward to try and help your Winston, but now you don't have dash or deflect for that matter, because you've just used both cooldowns. So now you're running into this team fight with no abilities whatsoever. Now we'll see how this plays out, because we'll see what happens here. You go on the McCree. Okay, so you do get a dash reset from killing the Orisa, but that McCree could have died if you had dash. Now I know you got to that position because you had dash, you dashed in, but your Lucio, if you remember, called out, "I'm speed boosting." You didn't need to dash. Your Lucio could have just taxied you to the front line. You would have had dash. You could have killed the McCree there. You dropped to about 50 HP then. You could have died. That was a pick there. So again, back to my earlier point, try and maximize the use of our cooldowns. We don't want to just be using it willy-nilly. We want to try and make sure we get as much value from it as we possibly can. So that's just something to think about. I think you must still win this fight. You are down both tanks. You get both supports. That's good. Good use of your dash melee. You get both the supports. There have no supports left. McCree's like on 1 HP. Dash him. Nice. Well done. Winston has to be pretty low. You dash. Go for the mech kit, I think. Yep. Oh, never mind. You died instantly. Okay, so you probably should have gone for the mech kit there just to deny Genji that, but that's nitpicky stuff. I wouldn't worry about that. Mercy res the Winston. Okay. Mercy's dead. Now you're focusing the Winston. That's fair. Popping to the Orisa because it's easier pick. That's good. Black to the Winston. He's ulted. Okay. So you know Winston's ulting, right? So, oh yeah, never mind. You went for the one. Okay, that's good. Never mind. That's good. So you've noticed that Winston is ulting. It isn't much point focusing him first. You go for the easier picks first. That's good. That's a good decision by you. Nice picks. Now this is clean. This is some good Genji gameplay here. So here, we are maximizing our potential. We are going in. We're getting the dash resets. We're going on the supports. We're going for the kills. Good stuff. Great Genji gameplay there. So utilizing your dash resets and your abilities to get picks. That was awesome stuff. Really well done.
Don't ult everything at the same time, guys. No overkill.
Okay, we have 5 ults. What Winston just said is correct. But don't overkill.
You so you're gonna use your better first.
Yeah, I'll use my first.
Oop, missed a dash. That's okay. Mechanic lane. So if you got on the dash on the Genji, you might have died. I'm not too sure. Hard to say.
Go.
Alright. So we've blown 2 ults. We've now blown 3 ults. We've now used 4 ults. You probably shouldn't use yours here. Unless you absolutely need to. So at the moment we're just stalling. No one's really died on anyone's side yet. We've just alright, Genji's dead, that's good. Okay, so what are we going for now? Deflecting. Okay. So this is just a tiny nitpick, and it's just something to think about. If you're deflecting into a shield, all you're shooting is the shield. So you're not getting anything out of that. So, like, other than getting chip damage on the shield, which is useful if you're pushing, but you're not pushing, you're fighting. So, rather than using deflect then and there, I would have maybe dashed first into the tanks and then deflected just to get a little bit of extra damage. That's nitpicky. That's like a what if situation. I wouldn't worry about that too much. So now we're on the Winston. He's like 1 HP. Nice pick. Well done. Now we're gonna reset onto the Mercy. Mercy's ready. Nice. We're gonna kill the Mercy. Nice. Go for thing. McCree was there. That was a little bit dangerous. He could have flashbanged you. Melee him. He's 1 HP, but you're reloading. That's unfortunate. I would pull back. Yep, and you'll play that. Oh, that's alright. That's unfortunate. That's not your fault. That's just an unfortunate circumstance. You just ran out of bullets. Melee didn't do quite enough damage.
Still haven't
What happened to
played
the
by
best
the
of Genjis? It's okay.
Group, fall back. We're missing one. We're missing one.
Okay, now you're down 2. Well, I mean, you're down 1, and you're walking back from base. You might need to blade this team fight just to sustain. Something you can ask for, when you're ulting, ask your Zenyatta to Harmony Whip you. When you're Genji ulting, you turn yourself from a ranged hero to a melee hero for about 6 seconds, but you still only have 200 HP, and you have no way of self-sustain. So, when you're Genji ulting, try and look for someone to help you. Sometimes this is a Lucio ult, sometimes it's a Nano boost, sometimes it's a Mercy Valkyrie. In this case, it's going to be, Zenyatta, can you please orb me? Because every single little bit of support you can get for your ultimate counts. So you could have asked Denny, can you orb me really quickly? And if he does, you can ult. If he doesn't, but you still need to do it, you do it anyways, just in case. But it's something you can ask, you know, just ask. Don't be scared to ask for help when you're ulting. You don't need to 1v6. You're not some 1v6 juggernaut machine. As long as you get kills your ultimate, it doesn't matter how you did it. So, ask for Zenny for healing, go in, get the picks, good stuff. We'll see how this goes.
They're all only left.
So Winston's in your backline. Zenny probably dies here, that's okay. So now you have no way of getting heals. I would not blade this. I think this fight is lost. Yeah, this fight's over.
Try to get 99 or something.
Go for the medkit, get out of there. No, don't go back in. You already have ulti. So here, right? We're risking our life. We do have dash reset, so it's not that big of a risk, but we're risking our life to get ult charge that we don't need, because we already have blade. Right? The rest of our team is dead. If you were to die right now, say just some random McCree headshot to a Winston jumping on you, like, you just staggered yourself for an extra 5-10% of CP gain. So rather than try and push up to try and get ult charge that we already have, we should have just backed up and wait for the team.
Next push.
Or hide in a bush. Like, we're hiding in a bush now, right? This is very dangerous. You've backed up, yeah, you've backed up, so that's good.
I'll jump first.
So that's my fault for giving you shit there. I'm really sorry about that. But yeah, just again think about it. Right? We don't need to be feeding ult charge if we already have ult. So we're shooting shurikens. Ooh, Genji's on 1 HP. Nice, full. Okay, he has no deflect. Yeah, you're gonna blade this. Go for the Genji first. Good pick. Who's the next target? Looking for the next squishy target? Moira. Go for Moira. You got Alright, so this is a bit of miscommunication from you and your Winston. Winston just kind of knocked back all of your targets you were going for. That's more of a miscommunication than anything. That's not really your fault. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. I personally would have gone for the Mercy, because she was near the statue. But Moira would have been okay as well, I think.
Nice block, leave up.
Now we're getting focus fired. You're down. Denny has Valk to keep your team alive. That's good. Genji's gonna die, probably. Or at the very least, waste his ultimate. You're gonna run back.
Rogue one, nice.
Okay, so you need to get back as quickly as you can. Don't dash. Okay, so you've dashed, but now you're into this team fight with no dash. You do clean up, so that's fine. But let's say your team is still fighting. You just walked in, and your dash is on cooldown. Like, yes, you've gotten to the point faster, but did you need to? Like, is the value of you going to the point faster worth not having dash? It's a bit of a mix. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't, but that's something to think about. Sometimes you just need to get to the point as quickly as you can, like overtime stalling or something like that. Other times, maybe it's okay if you just walk and save the dash for the team fight itself. These are like, maybe, for example, if you have blade, maybe it's better to save your dash so that you can dash into the team fight and then blade rather than try and dash then. Things to think about. These are just things to think about as Genji. Your team does clean up though, so that's good. The Winston has just staggered himself, so he's now dead. In theory. Or at least when we push back. Oh, Winston has just jumped in. Yep, he's now dead. Nice. You're standing over here when you should be trying to focus the Reaper. You're still gonna do it anyways. Good stuff, good cancel.
Nice.
This team is now staggered. They have no DPS or tank. Diva Mech Suit is down. You win this fight.
Nice.
Yep, and this is GG. They've swapped to a Widow because they've tilted, and you've won.
GG, boys.
Yeah, good job. Really good job.
Yep, and you're giving your team a good job, well done. Good stuff. So, if I were to recap this game, my number one advice is look into ways you can maximize the potential of your abilities. Yes, you can use dash to come back and play safe, or you can use it to play aggressive and take a pick with the dash reset and then dash back. That way, you got a little bit more value out of your abilities. So these are things to think about. Always think about how can I get the most value from my abilities, because that is what differentiates the good Genji players from the great ones. The value they get from their attacks. The other thing I would say is work on your mechanical skill with the shurikens. There was a couple times we were just kind of airballing shurikens, but that comes with time. That just comes with practicing more and more Genji. That just comes with practice. So, again, number one thing, look into how you can maximize your abilities. That would be my number one advice to you. Thank you very much for watching this VOD review, man, and, best of luck.